Here in the hoops heartland of Indiana, I'm Blake Suniga, and joining me are Brian Banafitemi and Tim Swartz. Thanks for tuning in.
Here we go.
We've got a chance now for our starting lineups. From point guard to center, this game should be a good one. Now here's Mitchell. She's covered by Clark. Clark outside. Shot clock at 6. Back to Mitchell. Clark.
Offensive board.
Kicks it out to Mitchell. Pass to Howard. Second chance shot. She gets it in there.
We've seen this before. Howard playing with some power down low. Pushes right past the contact to the bucket.
Drafted back in 2018, Kelsey Mitchell has spent her entire career with Indiana.
Yeah, and the Fever have yet to make the playoffs with her on the team. It's made Kelsey really overlooked. Quietly, she's carried their offense over the years, put up big numbers, and was an all-star in 2023.
Well, you just have to be excited about Aaliyah Boston, a young woman with tons of skills. She dominated in college, and she's going to dominate in the WNBA.
And this is her first free throw of the game. She misses the free throw.
You know, one of the areas Aaliyah Boston really shines is on the glass.
Yeah, she is an efficient rebounder. And as we all know, rebounds often win or lose games. Then you add in Boston's offensive efforts, and she really is a big contributor to team success.
And it's the Fever ball. Clark right side. Outside Howard. Pass to Mitchell. Bonner outside. Back to Mitchell. Launches it. Drains it from beyond the arc.
She has really deep range. Mitchell's offensive game starts with that three-point shot. It forces defenders to pick her up at half court.
Down low, releases, and it falls all over the rim and in.
You see how comfortable Agumake is inside. Knows she can get any shot she wants there.
Up top, Clark. It's rebounded by Seattle. Ogumake outside. Count that one. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Clark, right side. The 17-footer. Count that one.
It's a pleasure to watch her work at that end of the floor.
The Storm trail. Ogumake outside. Banked in off the glass.
That assist got a little nod from her teammate after the bucket.
And here's Indiana.
Clark with it. The 3.
Another miss there by Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, she didn't punish them for the weak coverage that time, but they just can't count on her missing.
Absolutely, Brian. She's got to go right back to that shot.
Pass to Mitchell. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. It's not going to go for her. Six on the shot clock. She nails it, and we're tied up.
Took advantage of some shoddy D there. They got to at least get a finger on her.
Caitlin Clark penetrating.
Makes it off the glass.
Now, guys, late in the game, you need a hoop. Who are you going to?
I'm going with Breanna Stewart. She's been huge in the finals. Plus, at her height, she's getting a good look almost every time.
All right, this is going to shock you, Brian and Blake, but I agree with Brian. I mean, we've seen Stewie win every title, and she steps up in those big moments.
Now here's Bonner. Quiet so far offensively, searching for first points of the game. Pass to Clark from the arc.
Here's Boston.
And there's the bucket. Staying with it that time, and offensive glass getting it done. Ogumake outside. From 18 feet away. Good. She hits the jumper. The Fever leading. Now Clark. Pass to Boston. Her second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
It's not just the size of Boston, it's also her touch around the rim.
Ogumake outside. Pulls up on the wing. Uses the glass to drop it in. Indiana with the ball. And here's Clark. That's tipped. And it's the Storm on the break. Up the court. Pass to Bonner. Here's the three.
The shot is good on the assist from Caitlin Clark.
The defense has to at least honor Bonner's outside shot. She's happy to remind them of this fact, too.
Time called here. The Storm decide to talk it over.
Both teams will make substitutions.
Well, she moved on from the Storm in 2023, but still, Breanna Stewart is a legend in Seattle, and there's no doubt she always will be.
I mean, in her 6 years with the Storm, 2 titles, an MVP, first team All-League 4 times. You throw in the first ever Commissioner's Cup that they won, and Stewie was the MVP. It was an unreal run for her in the Pacific Northwest. The endless motor of Sophie Cunningham. So tough to guard. She's always moving.
Pass to Wheeler. To the paint. Collects the 2 points near the hoop.
And that's using the bounce pass to perfection.
And here's Indiana. It's a 5-point game. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. Now here's Wheeler. Defense is right there. And she converts the layup.
And the touch Wheeler has inside is remarkable. For a smaller player, she looks confident attacking from there.
Now here's Hull. Mitchell up top. Off the mark there with the three. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Brown. And there's a whistle. That goes on Turner. That is her first foul of the game. Here's Brown. Sweet little floater.
Fancy from Brown at 5'9". That's a shot you need in your bag in the WNBA with all those tall defenders.
Pass to Hull. Here's Mitchell. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Fever ahead, leading by just 1. And the second quarter is on the way when we return. A closely contested game here at the start of the second quarter. And what stands out to you from the Fever in this one?
Really putting in the work on the offensive glass.
They've set the tone here early with the hustle.
Pass to Brown. Williams sets the screen. Fires for 3. And a basket by Brown.
A confident shooter from deep. When Brown finds just a little space in the perimeter, she wastes no time firing away.
Now here's Cunningham. Pass to Hull.
And here's Bonner. 16 feet out.
Hull with the bucket.
A textbook feed to Hull, who was all set up, ready to shoot.
She's been in this league for a decade and a half now, but DeWanna Bonner is still going strong.
Yeah, that's maybe her greatest attribute, her consistency of excellence. She can do a lot of things at a high level, and you always love to see her activity level at both ends. She's a coach's dream.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Here's Cunningham. So she gets the whistle. Contact on the way up. 2 shots next.
And that one goes on Katie Lou Samuelson. And Sophie Cunningham has joined the trend of WNBA stars broadcasting in the offseason.
Does a great job. She was on the Suns broadcast last year, able to break down the game so well because, well, Sophie is also playing basketball at the highest level.
And so she's able to get 1 of 2.
A popular topic in WNBA circles, player rights.
Yeah, the league has made some major strides in terms of freedom of movement, free agency, and also off-the-floor benefits.
Plus, we've seen salary increases, so it's been great to see these advances the last few years.
And the first one drops. He's perfect from the line this time.
And obviously the addition of Caitlin Clark to the Fever, that brought lots of extra attention.
I mean, Fever tickets are as hot as any in American sports, no matter what league. Clark bringing so much hype, and basketball fans everywhere are tuned in to see her every move, and by extension, the Fever as well.
Can't lose track of Bonner on the court. She's a capable shooter from all 3 levels.
Here's Brown. She has 5. With the teardrop, Wheeler can't get it to go. The Fever with the lead. Bonner outside. Pass to Colson. Takes the 3. That's in, coming off an assist from DeWanna Bonner.
That's the unselfishness coaches love to see. If defenses lock in on Bonner, she's more than happy to distribute.
Now here's Wheeler. Second quarter play with almost 3 minutes gone. Just 5 on the clock. Does not find the basket. Her 3rd miss, and she's just made 1 thus far. Pass to Bonner. Howard. Here's Hull. Off target from 3-point range. Inside. That one is off. Good work defensively by Natasha Howard.
Now here's Turner.
No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. Here's Bonner. Gabby Williams with the steal. Lexi Brown on the wing. Sinks the 3-pointer.
Look at how solid Brown's mechanics are. 0 hesitation on the catch-and-shoot bucket.
Here's Colson. Can't get it to fall. The Storm trail. Brown with it. She's got 8. Jacks up a 3. And the Storm, another 3. Howard, she's guarded by Williams. Nice D from Gabby Williams.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get her off balance.
Count it.
I'll bet her percentage is pretty high from that range.
Will it go? And the layup good by Howard.
I just love the composure Howard plays with inside. She's so comfortable around the rim.
Pass to Brown. Back to Wheeler. Now Brown. There's the three.
Offensive rebound.
Yep, count it.
And her hard work on the boards gave them another crack at the points there.
The Fever trailing. Pass to Colson. Takes the three. Here's Howard. The kick out to Bonner. Howard. Here's Hull. That three off the mark. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Williams. And the layup's good off the glass.
Good pass work. The assist was right on target.
Now Colson. Howard. She's guarded by Williams. Pass to Colson. Fires the three. And there's a whistle. That goes on Turner. That'll be her second foul of the game.
The easy look off the pass from Howard. Great awareness. Leads to the bucket.
So both teams changing it up here. And here's Clark. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her. From deep. The rebound by Dantas. Mitchell with it.
Now McGregor defending.
Clark right side. Pass to Dantas. Three-pointer. And another three for Indiana.
I like the decision there by Cunningham.
On the wing, Neko Gumake.
From downtown. No good that time. Here's Clark. She has 7. Softly drops in the floater.
That's a precision shot. No room for error on the floater.
They've been looking out of sorts here in the last few possessions.
So this is when they need to be patient and find a high percentage shot.
That's good, and that evens things out. 50-50, 4 for 8 shooting this game. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Back to Clark. Misses from close range. Pass to Magvigor. To the inside. Lays it up and banks it in. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Clark. And she finishes nicely on the layup. And it's the Storm with the ball. To the middle. 4 seconds left. And it's Ogumake getting it to go.
Beautiful dish down low.
It could go. Oh, no good on the buzzer beater. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Storm out in front, up 1. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter after the break. Welcome back. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. One of the stories here, Brown getting it done today.
And those threes have been dropping for her. Absolute dead-eye shooting in that first half.
Yeah, I'll say. I mean, this could not have been a more productive day for her from long range.
Seattle leading.
Well, when you talk about the greatest organizations in this league, Seattle has a strong argument.
Well, they've got 4 titles, which is tied for the most all time. And since their first title back in 2004, they've only missed the playoffs 3 times in 20 years.
Now here's Bonner. Pass to Clark. Shot clock at 5. Comes up empty down low. And here are the Storm now. They lead by 1. Down low, McGregor. The shot's good. Alicia Clark making the play.
I like how McGregor picks her spots on offense, knows when to look to score inside.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half underway. Here's Clark. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. Seattle with the ball. That's in for her 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. And that one barely misses as she draws contact. 2 free throws coming up.
And it goes on Ezzie McGregor. Well, Caitlin Clark is as popular as anyone in this league, and it's easy to see why she's so well liked.
Yeah, she's just a fun player to watch. I mean, Clark takes those deep threes. I mean, she attempts some passes that others don't even think about or see. She brings so much excitement to the league, and a big reason why is her playing style.
And guys, this is something we were just talking about off the air, but Caitlin Clark is one of the most hyped basketball players that we've ever seen.
Yeah, and we're not just talking about the WNBA. When you talk about the most hyped rookies, I think you probably have to go back to 2003 when LeBron went first overall. Basically, it's going to be really fun to see how Caitlin Clark's career goes.
Now here's Agumake. Shoots. She shoots again. And she lays it in.
Such a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. That's what she brings to the table.
Clark outside. And the call will be against Alicia Clark. That is her first foul of the game. Clark outside. Again, the miss by the Fever. And here are the Storm now. It's a 3-point game. Pass to McGregor. 5 to shoot. Ogumake. From past the arc. DeWanna Bonner with the rebound. Outside Howard. Poked loose. A one-on-one situation. An easy 2 points on the layup.
I love that the instant that steal was made, they were going the other way.
Ball pressure leading to the run out. Oh, yeah, I can dig that.
Oh, yeah, and it leads to an easy basket.
Now here's Clark. 15 points in the game. Clock at 6. Here's the teardrop. That one good for 2. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. She watches it go through the hoop for her 8th make. Now 8 for 14. Indiana trailing. Puts up a 3. Drains the three-pointer.
She is not going to miss many of those, if any. Not when she's got that much room, at least.
That's That's down the hatch. Notch one more to her total, and that's 9 for 15 shooting.
She is setting this place on fire. Her shooting has been off the charts.
Neko Gumake pulls it in. And here are the Storm now. They lead by 4. And a foul called on the shot. Got her on the way up that time, so she'll shoot 2.
And at this stage of her career, winning titles seems to be everything for Skylar Diggins-Smith.
She doesn't know how many more years she has left, and because of this, she's going to give it her all. It'll be interesting to see if she's able to add some titles to her illustrious resume.
Well, we know not every team in the league is a title contender. So what's the key for teams in the rebuilding process, Brian?
Your scouting department really matters, because if you're a losing team, your draft picks, whether first or second round, will play.
Yeah, and I'll throw in luck as well. I mean, those ping pong balls going your way, winning the lottery, getting the first overall pick, you can add an Asia Wilson, Aaliyah Boston, and when you add a player of that value, that can change your fortunes pretty quickly.
Indiana with the ball. They trail by 6. Pass to Bonner. Mitchell. She's covered by Brown. A shot by Cunningham. No good.
That's one she knows she should have drained.
Inside. A nice shot by McGregor.
Not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
And it'll happen again and again if they don't put more effort into boxing out.
And that's what it's all about, Brian. Rebounding, effort.
That is exactly why you don't leave your feet until the shooter elevates. She went for that pump fake. Hook, line, and sinker.
Yep, that one goes.
She's up to her usual trick, shooting it well, scoring a lot of points, getting them in front.
Here's Clark. Pass to Bonner.
The shot is good on the assist from Caitlin Clark.
Once Bonner gets inside, it's already too late. She takes advantage of opportunities around the basket.
McGregor with the ball.
The second chance effort. Rebounded by the Fever. Mitchell outside. It's good from long range.
It's crazy. It's just another thing Mitchell does well offensively. Stop and pop. She just kills you with any space.
Pass to McGregor. Brown. Pings in midair and converts the double clutch layup.
That's a perfect up and under there. That's textbook.
Clark with it. Now Brown defending. Boston right side.
Pass to Bonner. Mitchell outside. This one for 3. It's hauled in by Williams. Seattle in the lead. And there's a pick. She tries for 3. Mitchell grabs the board. Timeout called the Fever.
And it's been a rough few years for Indiana. They haven't been to the playoffs since 2016.
Single-digit wins in 5 of the last 7 seasons. But the good news is the Fever have loads of young talent. Starting with Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston, they have arguably the best young core in the W.
And it's the Fever ball. It's a 5-point game. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Now here's Turner.
She's guarded closely.
Not afraid to challenge defenders. Turner plays with confidence and composure.
And first trip to the free throw line for her in this one. And she knocks down the first one. And that's good as she hits both shots.
Now here's Brown. Cole defending.
With the floater and the basket by Brown.
No question, Lexi Brown has found her rhythm in this one. The buckets just keep on coming.
Now Colson. Here's Hull. Oh, Oh, no good trying to beat the buzzer. And as we end a third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Storm out in front, up 5. We're going to step aside for just a... And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. And it's the Fever ball, trailing by 5. Here's Clark.
Outside Cunningham. That shot is good on the assist from Caitlin Clark.
And they are just killing them with the three-point shot here in the second half.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. They are fully stretched out there trying to stop the three and still haven't been able to do it.
I don't know defensively what they can do different at this point.
Now here's Clark to tie it up. And that's 2 points on the layup. And that makes it a tie ball game.
Yeah, she's one of the main reasons this game is tied up. And I would say she's done her part to keep them in it.
Now here's Brown. Cole defending.
And the basket by Brown.
Showing she is more than just a shooter. Lexi Brown takes it inside for 2.
Here's Clark. Throws back up. And it's good on the lay-in.
And now both of these teams really in a groove here late.
Yeah, and this game was already high scoring, but they've really taken it to another level here down the stretch.
Such a treat to watch, Brian.
Outside Wheeler.
Picked by Samuelson.
Wheeler can't get it to go.
That's too good a look to pass up there, despite the result.
A chance here to retake the lead.
Showing that intensity in these last few minutes.
Clark outside. Good on the three-point shot.
I mean, the only explanation is someone must have gotten their signals crossed if she winds up that wide open in three-point range. And I'm sure that was not the plan.
Defended by Turner. Back to Wheeler.
6 to shoot. To the inside. 7-foot shot.
And Samuelson, nice bucket inside.
What an incredible find from Erica Wheeler. Her passing skills bring out the best in her teammates.
Outside Cunningham.
Three-pointer.
Yes, what an assist from Caitlin Clark.
They are dialed in from three-point land here in the fourth.
Yeah, and that's just putting it mildly, Tim. I mean, they're putting a world of hurt on their opponents with the triple.
And there's no better time, Brian, to hit threes than in the fourth quarter.
Brown with it. Left side, Wheeler.
Picked by Samuelson.
Wheeler can't get it to go.
She's having all sorts of problems with her shots.
Yeah, the words ice and cold come to mind with the way she's shooting the ball.
Hold.
And the three off target. Seattle trailing here. And it's Gabby Williams penetrating. Good on the shot. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's Clark. And that one drops for her.
They'll take as many of those high percentage shots as they can make.
And it's the Storm with the ball.
Samuelson outside.
Pass to Wheeler. Williams sets the screen from deep. Wheeler can't get it to go. Now here's Clark, guarded closely. No good with the layup. And here's Brown to the paint. Here's Williams. Howard with the rebound.
Terrific job defending the basket that time. It's not an easy task stopping her when she's headed to the rim.
Beyond the arc.
And that's good. Sophie Cunningham for 3.
Well, Cunningham is a taller guard, which makes her a tough cover for most other guards in the league.
Pass to Brown. Back to Wheeler. Here's Brown. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Up and no good. Brings her field goal percentage down to 70% in 10 shots. Pass to Hole. Now here's Clark. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Out to the wing. Trying her luck from deep. And Wheeler is good for 3.
Never afraid of the big moments. Wheeler with an important hoop in this one.
Time called here. The Fever decide to talk it over. And the Storm with some changes. The Fever with the lead.
Here's Clark.
That one a little long. To the inside. Here's Ogumake.
Well, on the floor, Nneka Ogumake can be so imposing. She's got a clear height advantage over many players, but she knows how to fight for her shots.
And she can't hit the second. Now here's Bonner. She's covered by Ogumake.
Pass to Boston.
That's in, coming off an assist from Dewana Bonner.
And Boston's teammates believe in her, especially when they need her to get a big bucket.
Now here's Ogumake. Bonner defending. Foul called that time on the way up, and that'll give her 2 chances at the free throw. It's going to be on Dewana Bonner. Tough break as her second attempt at the line. No good.
They really could have used a perfect trip to the line there. Instead, they're still down 2 possessions.
Pass to Clark. There's the triple. Offensive board. Here's Howard. It's stolen by Ogumake. And it's the Storm on the break.
Shots good by Clark.
Huge bucket from Clark. I mean, she's got loads of playoff experience. She thrives in the pressure moments.
Clark, right side.
Pass to Boston.
And she makes good on the layup.
Huge. Aaliyah Boston answering the call.
Buries it. And she has brought them within 2 points. Now Clark. Let's go with a 3. And it's Seattle with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Lucky she was off.
I just hope that was a mistake by the D, because if that's how they plan to guard her, they're going to have serious problems.
Mentally strong in the game's biggest moments. You know, that's why coaches have so much trust in Ogumake.
Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock.
Time called here. The Storm decide to talk it over.
It all comes down to this. Enough time still on the clock that they should be able to get a good look.
Yeah, there's always the debate of whether to take a 2 to tie or a 3 to win. But if it were up to me, I'd pound it down low and try to get a good shot in tight.
I'm with you, Brian. Just get the 2 points and keep the game alive.
Pass to Magdagor. To the middle. Here's Ogumake. Wow! A huge basket to tie the game.
Well, she just craved the ball during crunch time. Ogumake, a player who steps up when it's on the line.
ripe in that situation. I got no doubt about that.
Timeout called the Fever.
No need to rush things. Still plenty of time for them to get off a good shot.
You nailed it, Tim. And I'd say that whatever their favorite play is, now's the time to run it.
Yeah, Brian, just run the play your team's most comfortable with coming back.
Now here's Clark. And so the big win by Seattle in a tight game. And they break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
This is a win they should take a ton of pride in. They battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
That'll do it for our broadcast, everyone.